Well, good day, Table of Grace Church and Chef Church. This week's message kind of fits in both camps, so it's just going to be one message for both groups. So if you happen to be a member in both, it's only one message this week. So yesterday during worship, we were talking about God communicating to us and what that could be like. And after worship, we had a pretty good discussion on what it's like, how God communicates with people. Most of us look at the Bible and we see the experiences, people in the Bible have with God. I mean, here you have Abraham where God's walking by. You have Gideon who puts his sheepskin out. There's these different stories that we hear about how God communicates. And many times believers are asking, well, how does God communicate with me if God communicates with me? And I remembered a story that was conveyed to me by Ravi Zacharias, and it was about missionaries that were in Iraq. Now, these missionaries was a husband and wife team that were traveling through the back country, if you will, and they went through this one town, and this one town had a gas station, and that was pretty much it. And as they were driving, they needed gas, and they had Bibles in their trunk. Now, Bibles in Iran is a capital punishment. You can be put to death for this. And so, because they're actively converting Muslims. So they pull into this station, they pick up some food, and they walk by this man who's leaning on the doorpost outside of the gas station. And so, as they do their business, they get in the car, they drive down the road, and the wife is convicted that they need to turn around and need to give that man a Bible. And the husband goes, no, I'm not, he could be the local law, and it's, we really don't need a judge, jury, he'll be the judge, jury, and executioner. We just need to keep on going. And the wife was insisting that God was telling her that she needs to turn around, they need to turn the car around, and they need to give this man a Bible. And so, the husband's like, no, we really probably shouldn't do this. So they continue down the road, and finally the wife's like, we need to pull the car over right now. We need to pull it over, and we need to pray about this. And so he reluctantly pulls the car over. They sit there, they pray. They're finished with their prayer. The wife goes, we need to turn around. And the husband goes, that's not what I was getting. And so eventually he turns the car around and he goes back to that town. Mind you, this is several miles down the road. So it's not like, just outside of the gate and turn around. We're talking, they had to drive back to this town. So they drive back to this town, and that man is still standing outside this door at this store. And so they open up their trunk, they pull out a Bible, and they hand this man the Bible. And, here's the man with the machine gun. He breaks down in tears. And he tells them that God came to him, that Jesus Christ came to him in a vision and told him to go to that store and wait, and he would be given the Word of God. He had to walk 3 days. It was a 3-day journey on foot to get to that store to wait for the Word of God, and it was hand-delivered to him. So I asked the congregation, so here is a story, a true story, of how God communicated his mission and got things done. For the wife, it was that feeling. In your bones and in your spine and in your organs that God is asking you to do something. To the husband, it was God communicating to him through his wife who was in the passenger seat. But to that man that was standing outside the door, it was direct. It was Jesus Christ coming to him in person. And so those are some of the methods at which God communicates with us. We just need to be in a place where we can hearing what God is saying to us. And to do that, we have to be in that place where we're praying every day. We're praying without ceasing. And and I like to tell people, you can pray in your closet, but you can also pray with your feet. When you're out there walking around doing your day-to-day things, you can be praying. You can have that active engagement with God. And when that happens, when you start doing that, is when you start noticing how God's communicating to you, and specifically what God is communicating to you. If it's that I need to turn the car around because somebody else is telling me to, if you're the person demanding that the car be turned around, that God has put that mission on you, or if God himself comes to you in a dream and asks you to walk 3 days through the desert in order to find his word and apply it to your life. I'm Pastor Don, or Chef Don, depending on how you know me. And this is Table of Grace Church, and we love you. Have a great week.
Please hang up and try again.